Okay, it is almost 9 o'clock, and today it was about the hottest day of the year, and my power went out because we had a storm last night. So it was 115, and I was busy preparing for the workshop that I'm supposed to be having tomorrow. I didn't get any electricity or air conditioning till about 5 o'clock, and it is now 9 o'clock, almost 9. It's dusk. You can hear all the birds. I'll be quiet. Listen to the birds. I hope you can hear them. They're all going home. But anyway, I am standing right now in my back porch of my home. And some people had asked, you say your studio is separate, yada, yada, yada. Yes, it is, but it's extremely close. Here is my little pathway that my husband so nicely put for me of all these little stones that I can trip over and. And then over here I have the yard that's between the main house and the studio. So let's go in and see what I have already done if I don't fall over. Oh, and here's some of my plants that I don't have a lot of blossoms that we would be doing our prints with, because I'm surprised any of them are even alive with this heat. I even put an umbrella up for the plants that say, love sun. They love sun, but they don't like 100-degree weather. Okay. And then there's some of my other stuff over there. My bird bath. They love me. I have birds all the time because, well, it's hot. And then I have my little hummingbird feeder. They were here today, having a great time. Okay. Let's go inside. And you open up to what used to be, well, still is, a kitchen. And this is where all the fun stuff happens. Let me close the door. So I've got papers and plants and things ready that we're going to be using tomorrow. Not to mention the chips. No, we're not going to print with the chips. But here is a bunch of household items that you would think would be in a normal kitchen. But they are there because those are part of the things that we're going to be using in our workshop tomorrow. And various plants that I got from my yard. Different kinds of papers. Let's see, over here are my supplies of papers that I've already made that they get shipped off to people that order them. So there's a whole bunch there that's all ready to go. Let's see, let's go back to my sewing room. Where, do I have fabric? I think so. Now what's surprising is I hardly ever buy fabric. But when people know that you like something and they just want to get rid of their stuff, your name comes to mind, and then you start a whole collection. So I've got that stuff. Over here I have a old bed spring, and I have hanging on there various swaps that I have received. They're so cute. I get to see them every day. Over here is some other supplies, some other swaps that I've received, and different supplies. Right there are some dolls that I got. Too cute. Anyway, here are beads, and down here are all of my boho fabrics in colors, and then I have all kinds of trims, and yeah. As I'm looking through here, I'm going, holy moly. This is another swap that I received. That's from Janet Heritage. Very beautiful. And then just recently, the past week, matter of fact, I've been putting this together. Now, I used to have papers and books and magazines strewn all over the place, and I hardly used them because couldn't find them. So I'm trying to get organized, and down here I have everything that has to do with music related, and then up here is my old vintage movies and old TV. Here it's flora and fauna. I've got like bugs and orchids and fish and all kinds of stuff that I like. Then over here is a lot of art books. My husband practically lives at old bookstores and the public library, so they know him, and if they're going to toss something out, they just say, Richard, do you think your wife could use this? And down here is more modern art, 20th century type of art. Down here I have black and white magazines, and mostly magazines that are black and white. Down here is my children's books and National Geographic. Then up here I have my cookbooks and my sewing books. And then up here, I guess what I call Americana, because it's all stuff that has to do with America from the inception of the country through now. So I just have everything there together. Then things that I tear out of magazines and books, I have them filed in there so it's easier to find. This is stuff here that still hasn't found a proper home. And then over here, all this has to do with flowers and birds and stuff that I've cut out and have. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, I guess the light's okay. I have various things. I have beer caddies, and I have stuff that's Western. And then these books here, my husband just brought them home. The lady gave them to him. I didn't even count how many there are. You can count them there. But they're 115 years old. I mean, they're just beautiful. And they, the topics are different. Like, one topic is California. It was amazing to see what California looked like then. You know, having been born and raised there, it was wild to see what it looked like at the late 1800s. Anyway, so I've got all those. Still not sure what I'm going to do with them because they're kind of fragile. And then those up there are books that have already been gutted, and they're ready to, you know, get a new body inside. All right, and then let's see, down here is just like dictionaries and things like that that can be used. And then over here are some papers that still do not have a home. Oh, how sad. Too many things without a home. Okay, hope I don't get you dizzy. And then over here, let me turn a light on. And then over here is a small little bathroom here in the back. And my I won't show you, but my shower, my tub, is full of boxes. They're empty, but they're boxes nonetheless. Okay. So then this is going back again through the sewing room. And all this mess. I say a mess, but at least it's organized by color. If you say, I want a piece of blue fabric, I know exactly where to go. Okay. Back through the kitchen, back through the setup for the workshop tomorrow. And then in here, I've got the table set up for the ladies. And I've got some plants ready here also. And oh boy, we're gonna have fun tomorrow if the air conditioner stays on. Okay, on this wall I have all of my paints and sprays and, you know, all those things that we think we need, and we use about half of it. So that's there. And then Some of this stuff's usually on my table, but I had to clear it all off because we're going to be using them. But anyway, here I have like markers and little embellishments and clips and napkins, tissue paper, you know, things like that. Things we think we need, and we have them. And then here on these large clipboards I have hanging on the wall, have my stamps halfway organized. And again, here's my plant. And then this is my wall over here where I have some of my artwork and some artwork that has been gifted to me, or journals or books or magazines that I just like looking through, so I keep them handy so I can look at them whenever I feel like it. And then when the power went off today, I did these three. I don't know if you've seen the latest video put out by, I think it was Jelly Print, I think. Anyway, they showed a new technique where you get a what? I guess any kind of image. I chose people. I like people. You get any kind of image, you put it underneath your jelly plate, then on top with a marker you sketch out whatever image you have underneath the jelly plate. You sketch it out on top. Give it a minute or so to dry. Then you put some acrylic paint over that, and then you put your paper on top and pull it up, and that's what you get. And then you can fine-tune it a little bit. I got my oil pastels and just added a little definition to each picture. It's kind of fun. I was just trying to calm down and not overheat. Toward the end of the day it was starting to get warm, so I thought, well, if I stay busy, maybe I won't think about getting hot. Halfway worked. Anyway, so I figured it's not going to be this neat in a long time, because after tomorrow, it's going to be crazy time, and then next weekend I have another workshop, and so it's going to be, messy again. And then after that's all over, then it'll just be me making it messy again. So I figure now or never. Oh, and I have, I forgot. Hold on. I hope I'm not getting you too dizzy. Over here, I have all kinds of fun stuff in here. Paints and stuff. And then wood stuff. I like working with wood, even though you probably haven't seen much of my wood stuff. I do enjoy working with wood. And then there's a closet. Woo-hoo. And there's a closet in here with even more junk. But I think, oh, excuse me, I had the hiccups. But I figure I know where everything is. If you ask me, where's blah blah blah, can you get me this or that, bing, I can get up and I know exactly where everything is. Alright, well, we're going to be having fun tomorrow. Too bad you're not here, but after the workshops I'll be posting a online class, and you guys can join in on the fun if you so desire. Bye!